Hello and welcome to Red Book Joy. Today I'm doing the A to Z hot or not book tag. If you're new to this channel, I'm Jack. If you're not new, welcome back. And I was tagged for this really super fun book tag by Dia from Novel Idea, and I'll link her video in the description box below. And I've seen loads of people doing this. It's so much fun and I've been really hopeful that someone would tag me. If someone else did tag me and I haven't noticed it, I apologise. I've been a bit hit and miss with going onto BookTube lately because of lots of things going on. But Dia, I did know tag me because I watched her video and went, this is fun. She went, I've tagged you. So yes, thank you Dia for tagging me. It was created by Greg over Another Bibliophile Reads, who is also an awesome booktuber who I have watched but I don't watch enough of, but he is wonderful and I'll link his original video in the description box as well. So this should be a nice quick easy chatty one because there's an A to Z of an I'm British, so I will say Z, not Z. A to Z of book kind of words to do with books, and you have to just say whether it's hot or not. But obviously some things might be just lukewarm for me. So some things I might be, okay about, so in which case I might be like lukewarm about. So I'm going to try and do this quickly without too much waffle, but you know me. So let's see how quick I can do it. All right, here we go. A, audiobooks, hot, super hot. B, Bildungsroman, which is dealing with a person's formative years or spiritual education, generally known as like the coming of age books. I am hot on coming of age books, definitely. C, children's books, hot, hot, hot. If you know my channel at all, hot, yes. D, digital, very hot. I've been getting more and more back into reading digital books recently because of I find holding physical books really difficult lately with issues I've got with my hands and my arms and everything. And also I love my backlit screen on my Kindle and the fact that I can enlarge the text. So getting into my middle age, kind of getting towards 50, I'm really finding that I need these things more and more. So hot for digital. E, experimental. Not. I don't like experimental kind of literary fiction generally. I don't mind something experimental if it's interesting and unique, but generally not. Fantasy, hot, 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 hot. Fantasy, I love it, my favourite genre. Graphic novels, hot. Horror, I would have said hot a few years ago, but I would say lukewarm because I still love a good like gothic horror, but I don't like anything too gory or too terrifying, and I find the older I get the more terrified I am of horror books. Huge Stephen King fan when I was younger, still am. I still like Stephen King a lot and I loved horror when I was younger, and I will read horror, just it's got to, I'm not like someone who reads a huge amount of horror anymore. Waffle. Sorry. Okay, I, inspirational, hot, I suppose. Does that mean like people's inspirational life stories and stuff? Because I do like a good biography, autobiography. So yeah, hot. J, journalism. Yes, hot. Definitely hot. I absolutely love investigative journalism when it's done well. I'm a huge fan of the investigative journalist podcast, but I really love a good book, like an expose, thing like that. Great. Hot. K, kitsch, has a popular or sentimental appeal. I have to say hot. I do like kitschy things, not all of them, but I am not averse to the odd cozy mystery, or I suppose is that kitsch. I don't mind Hallmark Christmas movie, for instance. My mum loves watching them, so occasionally I'll watch them with her, so I'm not adverse to a bit of kitsch. So lukewarm would say for kitsch probably. L, library, hot. M, mystery, hot. Yes, I love a mystery. It doesn't necessarily have to be a crime mystery, could be like a book with a mysterious element at the heart of it. I don't know. N, non-fiction, hot, hot, hot. O, omnibus, not. I have an omnibus of Frank Herbert's Dune up there and it is so big. Again, I've told you I can't hold big books anymore very easily or comfortably. So yeah, not. P, poetry. This is a tricky one. I'm lukewarm on poetry because I'm not someone who would say I read a lot of poetry, but I'm a teacher, so I do analyse a lot of poetry with children. I love doing that. I love analysing poetry. There are some poems I adore, there are poets that I adore, but I'm not someone who will sit and read poetry generally for pleasure. So I do want to change that in some ways, but I don't want to say, I put it out there that I'm going to start reading poetry, but there are certain poets that I'd like to maybe read a bit more of, like Mary Oliver. So I'm going to say lukewarm for poetry. Q, quests, hot. I love a quest. R, romance. lukewarm. I do like romance. I'm not a fan of steamy romance. I do like reading a romance novel every now and again. I like contemporary romance every now and again, but I don't like too much steaminess in my books. I'm not adverse to it. I can read a steamy book. It's just not my kind of thing, really. S, science fiction, hot. T, translation, hot. U, Übermensch, the Superman or the extraordinary human, characters who can do everything. Like Superman, like the actual Superman is an Übermensch. I don't know. I'm going to say not. I like a bit of flaw in my character. V, Victorian, hot. W, Western, lukewarm. I do enjoy some of the Westerns I've read. I say I do enjoy. I've literally read one Western series, that's Lonesome Dove, and I've really enjoyed it. I say lukewarm. I don't really read Westerns, but I'm not adverse to it. X, X-rated, not. Cut. Not. Young adult, why? This is a funny one because I would say that I am not. Young adult for me is not, but there are amazing young adult books that I love. And again, if you've been on my channel before, you'll know that I've said this a few times. Young adult is a marketing category, and there are books that are aimed at young adults that I'm just not bothered about. And then there are great books that anyone could read that are marketed as YA. The majority of young adult books, not. Z, zeitgeist, spirit or mood of the times. I mean, does it have to be this time or zeitgeist from a different period? Because that always interests me. So I'm going to have to say hot, because unless we're talking about... No, but actually, yeah, I'm just going to say hot. I'm going to say hot for that one. This was so fun, so fun. I don't know who hasn't done this one or who hasn't been tagged for this one. I think everybody's been doing it. So I'm going to mention some people, because I always say this, I'm going to mention it in case you want to do it. I'm going to mention some people, and if you have already done it, I apologise if I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to tag Danny from Danny's Book World, Chatty, the Mad Chatter, Charlotte, and I'm going to tag Angela from Reading Off My Shelf. So if you guys have already done it, apologies, I will go and watch. I'm going to go and check out and see if you have done it. I don't think you have done it, but if you have, I apologise. If you haven't, then do it. It's fun. I'm going to stop waffling now. If you have a favourite of those A to Zs and a most hot and a most not, put them in the comments below, because I'd love to hear what they are. If you don't know what to say, maybe pop an emoji that represents something you love that's hot for you in the comments below. And if you've never been here before, maybe consider subscribing, give me a like, and hopefully I'll see you again here soon. Bye.